Hey, happy Thursday, January 8th, 2025. Oh my gosh. Take two. Happy Thursday, January 8th, 2026. Are you guys having mental blocks and still using 2025? I'm probably not the only one. Um, anyway, hope your new year's off to a good start. I'm Jason with the Ink Inspired Life, where I love sketching, especially architecture. Sketching is a great therapy for me. It's a great way for me to get things out of my head. It's a great way to capture moments in time, brainstorm, creative problem solve. Sketching is a multi purpose tool in my life, and you'll be learning more about it this year. I'll be talking a lot about sketching and how it helps me with the everyday stuff. Yeah, so thanks for joining me. Feel free to say hi in the comments. I like to pop in or I like to check in with you guys and see if you have any questions or comments. And I'm going to just do some little bit of sketching tonight. I want to practice a bridge, the Pont Neuf Bridge in Paris. I believe it's the oldest standing bridge crossing the Seine. And if I remember correctly, it was built in the late 1500s. Um, so I just want to practice it, do some kind of sketchy, loose, sketchy, scribbly things. Working my way towards doing a bigger, nicer sketch of it. Awesome. Hope you're having a great day. I'm gonna have my Lockbee field journal. I love this. This is amazing. And in it, I have some paper, and I'm gonna use a Sharpie. And we're just gonna sketch right in here. This is what I actually brought with me on my trip to Paris. And I didn't do much sketching there, a lot of photographing, but this is a quick sketch I did there on location. And here's some other quick sketches I did while I was there as well. And we'll talk a little bit more in the future about how do I capture sketches while I'm traveling, um, especially when I really don't have time to sketch. It's interesting. Uh, cool. All right, let's do this thing. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to have kind of a small sketching area here. There we go. I think the Sharpie has seen better days, so let's grab another one. There we go. Cool. So this is going to be just a very loose, very fast kind of sketch. Just going to capture this bridge a little bit. Um, Maybe I'll put a screenshot on for you guys. You can see what I'm looking at. Cool. Hey, Linda, great to see you. Hope all's well. It's always great seeing you. Hope you're having a great day today. So, this is just a really small section of the Pont Neuf Bridge. Does anybody speak French? I think Pont is bridge and Neuf might be new. So I think it's called the New Bridge, even though it's the oldest standing bridge across the River Seine. I love sketching bridges. Brooklyn Bridge is my number one favorite bridge to sketch. I just love bridges for their beauty, their structure, their meaning, their utilitarian structures, right? For crossing chasms, rivers, whatever, bodies of water. They're very symbolic of crossing. Yeah, bridges have so many different meanings and uses and importances. So I'm a big fan of sketching bridge structures. Now, ask me if I'm a fan of driving across bridges. I kind of have a fear of driving across bridges. I admit it. I get really nervous. I don't mind walking across bridges. Like, I can walk over the Brooklyn Bridge easily. But if I had to drive over it, I'd have issues. I guess it's a height thing. I love these little vignette sketches when they're not fully detailed. There's a lot of blank space, or they kind of bleed off. They're kind of one of my favorite types of sketches to do. Kind of really loose and rough. Just trying to capture the overall idea and feel of this bridge. Hey, Karen, great to see you. Hope all's well. Becky, good to see you. Hope you guys are doing great. I appreciate you guys so much. It's always great seeing you guys in the chat. Yeah. So this is a small section of the Pont Neuf Bridge. Let me see if I can drag this image on screen. You can see what I'm sketching. There we go. So this is kind of just what I'm looking at. I just captured a really small portion kind of right here. Yeah. So that's my inspo. This is a sketch of Sacré-Cœur on top of Montmartre, the mountain, the hill. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful church structure. I think it's technically a basilica. But yeah, I just did this sketch there. Real quick sketch. Pardon me, I got a little cold going here. Cool. I think I'm going to keep it black and white. All right, cool. Let's do another quick sketch of it. So this is Pont P O N T Neuf, Pont Neuf, Neuf, Paris. All right, cool. Let's try another one. We're gonna do this horizontally. I'm sorry. Yeah, landscape mode. We're gonna just rotate this, do it landscape mode, give us a little more space. And we'll just do another quick sketch. I'm just practicing, having fun. I have never sketched this bridge. This was the first time I've actually sketched it. So I don't like to think too much when I'm sketching. I just kind of like to go for it and see what happens. If I start calculating and planning, it distracts me. It takes me away from creativity, the way I like to create. I just gotta open a picture. I close my reference picture. There we go. Yeah, feel free to leave questions or comments, guys. I'm going to be checking in. My intention with this sketch is to try to capture maybe a little bit more of that bridge. Come up there, and we have a structure here. This is kind of in the foreground. One of my favorite things to sketch are I like these little lamp posts. They're just fun to sketch for me. All right, cool. So that's another sketch of it. Hey, Becky says sketch looks awesome. Thank you. Karen says this is your own photo. No, Karen, great question. My reference photo is actually from Google Maps. Google Maps. Let me see if I can just turn it on here. Is this? I don't know. This might not be the right one. Yeah. It's literally from Google Maps. I did not have time to. I had time to explore, but not as much time as I really wanted or on this trip. So I was not able to capture a picture of this bridge. I was actually challenged to sketch this by a friend of ours, Mr. Rue. So I'm kind of working on that, the sketch for him. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be going back. I'm gonna be going back to Paris, 100%. It is on my list where I can go just really explore. Let's see. Do I want to sketch? There's a building. There's some buildings back here. Do I want to add that? I kind of. I'm thinking too much. My gut is saying let's just do it. I'm gonna do something different though. I'm gonna dot it in. Got these French buildings are known for their mansard roofs. So the mansard roofs are, think of like almost like a pyramid roof with the top of the pyramid cut off. So a truncated pyramid. So the roofs slope on all four sides. It's called a mansard roof. Very, very, very Parisian style roof. I don't know if I'm liking it with the roof on here. I mean the building. Your sketches remind me of artist Charles Reed. Charles Reed, that's awesome. I'm glad I remind you of someone. That's cool. I think I recognize the name. I'll have to Google Charles Reed. But that's cool. I love that. I haven't sketched water in a while, so just want to indicate there's some kind of water happening here, maybe. And maybe we'll do like a kind of reflect the bridge a little bit by doing this. We'll just pull down some lines. If I was bleeding ink or using watercolor, I can kind of really get a nice little idea of a reflection by just wetting the ink or the watercolor and just pulling it kind of straight down. But just for me, this is a quick shorthand way of just trying to create the idea of reflection in the water with just ink, with just a Sharpie. He's a watercolor painter too. Cool. I'm definitely going to Google him. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. And this is like a cobblestone walkway on the side, so let me sketch on some cobblestone here. Just give a little bit of texture. There we go. So it just gives a little bit of texture on the side here. So we got a cobblestone walkway. We got the water over here. This bridge does continue off the page a little bit more, so I didn't fit the whole bridge, which is fine. That wasn't my intention. I wanted to try to get a little bit more. So let's look at the first sketch and let's look at this one. Let's darken the arches so they pop a little bit more. Add a little bit more hatching here. Give a little more depth to the bridge. The arches could be a little bit wider and flatter. So proportionally they're off. They should be more, yeah, they should be wider and flatter. But hopefully this gets the idea across. All right. So here you go. So that's sketch number 2 of the bridge. And let's go back to number 1, just to do a little comparison. I like them both. I like number 2 better. I do. I like number 2 better. I like that. It's a little bit longer. I don't like the building. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that in the background. We're just practicing, right? I'm learning. Like I said, I've never sketched this bridge before, so you got to start somewhere. Just put your pen down, put your pencil down on the paper, and let it fly and see what happens. Don't think too much. Just let it flow. I know it's easier said than done sometimes. Just let it, just let it go. If I sit here and I try to think about, I have the photographs, right? Photographs for me are the details. That's what's capturing every single minuscule detail, from whether it's an architectural detail, a color detail, it doesn't matter. That's why I love photography and I love photographing architecture. I mean, I took over 600 pictures in the time I was there, and I was only there for 3 days. And that was not all time for looking around. But sketching for me is a shorthand to capture the feeling of the place, a sense of the place, not the details. Yeah. So it's just kind of how my brain thinks. So if I start trying to plan every detail here on a sketch, it stops me. It blocks me. There's a flow that I lose that is not fun. I just need to get in the flow, let things happen, grab and go sketching, whether it's colors, ink, Sharpie, it doesn't matter. That's just kind of how I like to work. So you guys will never see my sketches look exactly like photographs, because that's not what I do. Hopefully that makes sense. I have another picture I took from Google Maps. Maybe it's a different angle. Maybe we'll try to sketch in that. We'll do maybe one more. We'll wrap up. Let's see if you guys have any questions or comments. Hope you're enjoying this. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, or give me a thumbs up or a smiley face or a like wherever you're watching. I would love that. Only if you like it, though. If you don't like it, it's okay. It's all good. It's all fair. I have a different view. I'm going to put this on screen quick. So this is another view. I'm going to do a quick sketch of this angle of the bridge. All right, let me check in the comments, get a drink of water, and then we'll sketch. Linda says, Google, you will love the art by Charles Reed. I have a couple of his books. That's awesome. The name is so dang familiar. Do I have any books by him? Do you guys mind if I do a quick Google here? I'm really curious now. I'm going to do a quick Google. Charles Reed. Arts. Let's see what pops up. I just Googled Charles Reed. I'm looking at some stuff. Wow. He's very loose, very, very, very loose style. Oh, maybe he did a painting for the cover of a sketchbook or a sketch pad or a watercolor pad. It looks familiar. Oh, I see some of his architecture. Yeah, he's very, very loose, light washes of color. He does amazing people. I can't do people. I shouldn't say I can't. I just, if I tried and practiced, I probably could. But it's not really the subject I want to get into. Like, it's not my thing. All right, guys, thanks. I see what you mean by Charles Reed. Yeah. Very cool. Awesome. Hey, Bon Identity, already done. It says, how are you? Hope all's well over there on Instagram. I am not done. I'm actually going to do one more sketch, but here's the one I just wrapped up quick. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to get a drink of water and do another quick sketch here. Let's see, any other comments? Becky says the dotted line helps make the building recede into the background. Yeah, I appreciate that. And that's kind of the idea with the dotted here. That's what I was trying to do. I don't like where I put the building. I think it's... Here's what I would rather have done. I kind of would have liked, instead of this building lining up directly on top of this, I don't have sketch paper here. I would like to this building to have been shifted here more. So I just don't like the placement of it. It's too top heavy here for me. Karen says, I like it. Becky says, me too. Oh, you guys like the building? Cool. I think too much when I draw. That's why I like your workshops. You make me draw fast and no think. Yeah, Karen, you got it. That's what I love doing, the no think method. Just let it go. I will have some workshops coming up this year. If you guys are interested, I'd love for you to join. I really, really, really want to do a New York City live sketching this year. Last year didn't happen, but I'm going to sketch while I'm talking. Grab the other pen. I'd love to meet up in New York City and sketch something with anybody that's interested. So that would be really cool. All right. So we're going to sketch this view of the bridge, different than the last one we did. Just kind of let it bleed off like that. All right. We'll throw in some detail here. And when I say detail, it's really just adding a little bit more line work. Give it a little more depth. Of course, I'm missing the most important architectural feature, the arches. Boom, we got an arch here. And of course, we have another arch here. And there's a part of it. You can see partial arch back in there. Cool. And we got our lampposts here. I don't know why, but these are so fun. I love sketching lampposts. Does that sound weird? They're just cool. They're pretty simple. Just get the idea across. I think just adding these little lampposts really help. Trying to give them a little depth, so I kind of should make this maybe a little bigger, so they get a little smaller. I'm trying to get a perspective going this way. It's a tricky perspective, to be honest with you. And then let's add some hatch lines here, give it a little bit of depth. There are some really cool bridges in Central Park. I don't remember how many there are. And that, guys can definitely Google it. I'm going to say, I don't even know, over 100. There are some really cool bridges. That would be maybe a fun day out sketching, a group sketching session, maybe walking through Central Park, sketching some of the bridges together. That could be a lot of fun. All right, so we have this kind of view. Remember that cobblestone pathway on the other one? So here, it's kind of happening in here. Let's see, I kind of want this to come to a point here. I want this to come to kind of a point here. There we go. And we sketch some cobblestone. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to give a little more contour to this. These are actually curved. We have some details kind of happening here. I don't want to do this. Let's, almost like I do my lighthouses, I'm going to do some contour lines like this, just to help this look curved. This piece too. There we go. So that's the opposite side of the bridge. The other perspective. Let's take a look at it. That view reminds me of Ratatouille, Becky says. I love that movie. I gotta watch that. I love Ratatouille. That's funny. Yes, his sketches are on watercolor paper sketchbooks, but I don't remember what brand. Oh, okay. So that's where I've seen his art. Bonadena says, any meetup with Sifat? I would love to meet up with Sifat this year. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll meet up a couple times. Yeah, we usually can arrange something if I go into the city and meeting up with him. So yeah, I will definitely keep you posted on that. He is awesome. I've been blessed to hang out with him a few times last year. And he's good peeps for sure. I'd love to meet up with him. That'd be so cool. Great question. Love it. All right, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions or comments, and then I want your feedback. Let me know which angle of the bridge do you like better? Which side? We'll take a look. This is side A, and we have side B. Let me sketch some water on here too, maybe. And we do some of the kind of the reflection lines here, maybe. Just give a little more. There you go. I just want to add a little more interest to it. Sorry, it's kind of off screen. So when I sketch, you might notice I do rotate and angle my paper a lot. So I'm sure at home you're cricking your necks. Is that the word, cricking? Moving your head, cricking your necks to kind of see sometimes what I'm sketching. But it's just easier for me to do this, move that, rather than try to contort my hands around. All right, cool. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's the other side. I like that better. Side B, B. Wow, you guys are liking B. All right, so we have A. And then B. Yeah, I have to say, B was harder for me to sketch than A. I don't. Let's think about this. Sometimes it's fun to analyze a little bit, right? So I think for me, it's just the angle of the perspective here. Sometimes for me, it's easier to sketch when it's going downhill this way. Let's make that downhill, point that. My hand just is naturally easier for me to sketch going up this way versus the opposite here. The idea is this one's kind of going downhill this way. So it's interesting that you guys picked the one that was harder for my brain and hand to kind of coordinate and actually sketch. So I think I'm agreeing with you guys, and I like only cropping this small portion of the bridge out and letting the rest just kind of whatever happens happens. Does that make sense? Pretty cool. You know what I want to do? Do I have it here? I am loving this. Where the heck is it? It's in my bag over here. Guys, I am loving this color Sharpie, this blue. Check this out. I'm just gonna grab it out of my bag. I brought it to school. I gotta stock up. I got a Michael's gift card for Christmas that I'm gonna be buying some Sharpies with. I'm loving this color Sharpie. I don't know why. I just love the color. It's just different than the black. It's hard to read a little bit because it's pretty light. But it's just a fun color to use. Bond Identity says A is more properly done. That's a good comment. We'll talk about that. We'll come back to that comment in a sec. I like that. So this is a fun pen. So maybe let's just kind of mess around with it on here. I don't think I'll do a whole sketch with the blue pen tonight, but I'll just throw some color on here, see what it looks like. So Bond Identity. I like your comment. So let me know a little bit more. So when you say properly done, what are you referring to? What is more properly done? Is it the scale of it? Is it it's more detailed? There we go. This is fun. You know, I gotta break out some red as well. Why? Well, we're in France, right? Red, white, blue. And I'm not gonna go cray cray with the red. The man says. All right, I might get a little cray cray and just outline. There we go. Just a little bit of outline there. Yeah, this is wicked. As Becky would say, this is wicked. Becky, I like when you say wicked. Yeah, this is cool. Look at that. Just throwing some of that blue and red. Thumbs up. I love that. That's cool. I wish it was earlier, guys. I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to go to school. No, I love teaching, but I kind of wish I was going to be home tomorrow. I'm not feeling so hot. I like the color. Do you guys like the color? Bond Identity says the angle. Yeah, I could see what you're saying. Yeah, I could see what you're saying. I think the angle has more perspective here. So it has definitely more depth. So I agree with you. This is a little more too consistent. This really should be tapering down a little bit more. So that's a good observation. Awesome. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Can you see that? Thumbs up. We could do it. Thumbs up. That's a great observation. But that looks cool, right? Becky says, side B feels more intimate and like you're really there. A feels more like a postcard. Oh, that's a cool way to put it. So A feels like a postcard. And then B feels like you're there. Yeah, you're definitely much closer with this view. 100%. And this, you're further away. That's a really good observation. Linda says, I like the blue. You know what? Let's throw some blue on here. Why not? This is called Living on the Edge, guys. We're going to add some blue. I actually like it too. Again, the idea is just... Oh no, don't die on me, blue. I don't have another one. Don't die on me. Please. Please, please. And I don't want to overdo it either. There we go. And maybe I'll like the building in here in the background better because this color might pop the bridge out a little bit more in front of it. All right, that's enough blue. Sometimes you got to restrain yourselves and be like, all right, put the pen down, put the marker down. Let's grab some red. My favorite red to use on my sketches is right here. I love using the Pilot Precise red ink. I prefer this over watercolor, even over Sharpie Creative Marker, which is a very close second, the red marker. And we're just going to touch it. Actually, I kind of like what I did over there. I just kind of loosely throw down some red on here. That's it. And then we'll just touch it in a couple places. Maybe we'll throw some here. Maybe a little bit right in here in the arch. I don't want to get too crazy with it. Just a little bit up here. I'm tempted to put it on one of the lamp posts, but do I want to? No, I don't want to. All right. Put down the red, back away. All right. I'm going to put down the red and back away. I like that touch of blue. Funny, my black Sharpie died on me the other day, so I have been using a blue one lately. Awesome. See? There you go. And let's throw some of that blue on here, and this will be the last thing we do. Some blue and red, and call it a day. Let me know if you have any final questions, comments, or thoughts. I would love to hear them. I appreciate your participation and your time, always. Thank you, guys. It's so fun to have you pop in. I wasn't going to come on live, but I was kind of running late. I did my exercise, my cardio late today, and came on later tonight than I wanted, but it's all good. And when I say cardio, it's me playing Beat Saber on VR. It's actually a really good cardio workout. All right. I'm thinking too much about where I'm putting the blue instead of just kind of scribbling it on. And it is dying. But so that's enough of the blue. Just pop some red on. Try some rays of sun. I like that. Where would you put the rays of sun? I'm thinking. All right, we'll do a little red lamp here on there. Red, boom. I kind of like doing the outline red like we did on the other ones. Like that. And then we'll pop some red maybe down here, touch of it. My light went off behind me. That means it's 10 o'clock. I have it on a timer. Maybe just pop a little bit here, maybe. And I think that's going to be it for the colors on that one. I'm lying. I just want to pop some blue in here. All right, cool. All right, we got 3 bridge sketches. R.I.P. Black Sharpie. On A. Try some rays of sun on A. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I gotta think about the rays of sun on here. It's an awesome suggestion. I'm not feeling it right now to sketch it on here. So I'm gonna put the idea in my brain, lock it in. I'll revisit this tomorrow and be like, we'll see if we can add some rays of sun on there. I'm just not really sure where I would put it. So I'm just using my finger. Sometimes if I'm trying to work something out and I'm not 100% confident, which is unusual for me because I usually just throw the stuff on the paper, I'll work it out mentally with using my finger, kind of marking what I might do. I mean, maybe the sun would be here because this is in shadow, and maybe the rays of the sun would be coming down this way. So here, boom, 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 which would make shadows there. So it's a cool idea, actually. Awesome. All right, let me zoom out, get the full overview of this stuff. There we go. You can see just a better scale of it. All right, so we had A. Right, so here's the very first one we did. Boom. Hey, Gigi, good to see you. Hope all's well. Lots of possibilities. Yeah, right? So the first one, boom. A, and then B. If I was to put sun rays on here, just put in the chat, colors. What colors do you imagine I would make the sun rays? I'd love to keep it either black, red, or blue. Instead of introducing a 4th color, just keep an odd number. I like odd numbers in sketches, although I have 4 arches, but just odd number of colors. So what color would you make the sun rays? My gut's saying red. My gut's saying red. And here, this one too. Let's ponder that. You know what? Instead of pondering, let's do, all right. If you guys want to stick around, I'm going to do just a quick, super duper quick one. We'll throw some sun rays on there and see what it looks like. From the left side. So you're seeing over here. You know what? I'm going to grab tracing paper. Here's another pro tip. I just got to see, where is my trace paper? It should be right over here. Mr. Architect Man, where is your trace paper? Mr. Architect Man. This is funny. I have tons of trace paper. All right, here we go. All right, got some trace paper. Ta-da! This is a huge, humongous roll of trace paper. Just gonna tear a piece off. Lay it on top. So this is another cool pro tip. Break out some trace paper. You want to work out some ideas. Let me make this smaller. All right, cool. Can we all see that? Let's move it up a little bit. All right. I'm going to just go with the red. Do you have a yellow color pencil? I do, Becky. I have my neon yellow here. I have my neon yellow pencil here. We can try that. Oops, sorry. Move it up a little bit. So what do you think, guys think of that? Hopefully you can see it okay. So my gut feeling is now that I have yellow up here, I'm going to have to put it somewhere else to kind of balance it. So maybe I could do some of the reflections of the water like yellow, just like that, to kind of balance it a little bit. What do you guys think? Yay, nay? First, you put it under the bridge. Very nice. I like it, Gigi says. Firstly, put it under the bridge. All right. Let's do it. This is fun. This reminds me of when I used to do improv. So for like 7 years, I did improv comedy. If you guys have seen the show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? I used to do that kind of stuff in 2 different groups for like 7 years. And improv is we would go with the audience suggestions to create scenes, right? That's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm just going with your suggestions to create a scene. So this is kind of like improv artwork, which is kind of, it's a cool challenge. So I appreciate it. You have a yellow, sorry, where was it? First, you put it under the bridge. Under the bridge. Guys, I just love Coldplay. I'm listening to them again tonight. I am hooked on them. I was actually listening to Coldplay for my Beat Saber cardio session tonight. I just love their music. All right. So something like that. The other cool thing about improv art here is, oh, I got a yes. Yes. Love it. Yes. All right. So now that we have the yellow under there, I feel like we need to have it up here. I really feel like I need to have something. And I saw a comment on there about something about looking like religious art, I think. That's an interesting comment too. I'd like to visit. This is fun, guys. Let me know if you're having fun. Please make sure you like this and subscribe and all that fun jazz. I want to spread just as many positive vibes I can this year through the social media stuff, because we need a lot of positive vibes in the world. And if I can help with that, might be a little hard to see, but that. Oh yeah, Becky said very dramatic, like a religious painting. Interesting. I like that it's connecting some kind of emotion or something deeper than just a bridge, just a sketch. So that's really good feedback for me that I'm connecting somewhere else. Karen said I could see fine. I think it's fine. All right. Oh, cool. So you can actually see the tracing paper, what's happening. I feel like I'm getting cheesy with these sun rays. The word cheesy is popping into my brain with the way I'm trying to do this up here. And I don't want it to look cheesy. So how do I uncheese that? How do I go non-dairy? How do I do non-dairy sketching? Uncheesy sketching. I'm not saying the idea is cheesy. I'm just saying the way I repped it is not. It's not jiving with me right now. I like the idea of under the bridge. I'm gonna be really radical here. I'm gonna do red. I don't want to do the sun rays like that. I could bleed ink or watercolor too. I don't want to do that either. Just bear with me for a hot sec here. Just gotta get something out of my system. That's what it's about, guys. Just throwing stuff down. Get it out of your brain, out of your system. Put it down on paper. It's the only way you're going to know if you like it or don't like it. If it's sitting in your head, you'll never know. You just got to physically get it out. I don't know if you see what I'm doing here. You know what, let's do the red reflection under the bridge here like this. Maybe, and we'll do some here. All right. How is that showing through? This is the Pont Neuf Bridge. Pont Neuf Bridge. It's the oldest bridge that crosses the Seine River in Paris. Good question. I think it was built in the late 1500s. Shafts of light from the heavens. Oh, Becky. Becky's getting deep on us. I like it, Becky. Bond Identity. Red feels like gothic. It kind of does. Sunrise or sunset? Yeah, question mark. It could be. I have to say, my gut feeling is liking the red concept. Better than the yellow. I think one of the issues I was having was just introducing another color here. Again, definitely don't want to overthink anything. But I am liking the vibes of the red, kind of a sky, and then underneath there. And I don't mind the building in the background in this case either. I think the sky is helping to anchor everything together. I would definitely darken the outline of the bridge more, so it pops. All right, last vote of the night, then we're going to wrap. I always say I'm going to wrap, and I never wrap. Last vote of the night. Red, yes or no? Put it in the comments. Love to know what you guys think. Red, yes or no. And then maybe also sky or no sky. Should I just leave these like this? I got to look at this one with the red too. So I think we all agreed this is the better view. We all like this view better, so let's throw I'll just drink some extra coffee tomorrow. We'll be good at school. Let's throw some red on here. Tracing paper is one of the best discoveries from architecture school that I got in my 5-year education there. I love tracing paper. I love the crinkly sound. I'm really scribbling this fast, guys. Maybe I'm scribbling too fast. I'm not liking it right now. I think it's too top heavy with all that red up there. But we'll see. We'll keep going. All right. All right, you guys, I'm not cray, I swear. I didn't like the angle I sketched the sky in. We sketched this angle. This is more natural. I don't even know why I sketched it the other angle. That was kind of weird. Let's just try it this way. I could get cheesy and make little heart-shaped clouds. After all, it is the city of love. I won't do that though. This is too even. I got too many clouds looking the same here. A little more variety, that's better. And then let's do our maybe. Maybe. And then we'll make the outline darker. Let me pull out. I'm going to get really crazy and use a thick Sharpie here. We're just going to pull out the edge of the bridge. So you can pops out more. You're going to pull out the arches. Yeah, these arches should be going downhill on this perspective. Of course, we got our little lampposts. Just going to do that. All right, cool. All right. Work with the southpaw. That's right, I'm a lefty. Make it dark at the edges with dark maroon. That's a good idea. That could work also. Yeah. All right. I'm kind of torn about the sky idea. I don't know about it right now. So sky, no sky. There is something dramatic about it, though. I'll tell you that. It does add drama, doesn't it? Yeah, it's interesting. Now that I put the black Sharpie here, the dark Sharpie, I can definitely see this perspective is it's wonked out. It should have went this way. the arches should have went. It should have went downhill like that. So maybe that one was like that. This one could have been lower, and then the one back here even lower. Right? You see the difference? So this arch is higher and it gets lower as you go back. I did the opposite on my sketch. Here, they're actually going uphill. So that was actually good exercise just to do that. Cool. All right, guys. I am undecided about throwing in the sky or not. I think red is the way to go compared to the yellow. So that is the decision. If the sky happens, it would be red. I like the maroon idea. I do have this color pen. This one? Nope. Is it this one? No, this one. So I have this color pen here. So this is more like a maroon color. So I have that color. Which could be a good choice. Let me keep this. I want to keep that one. Let's keep that one. And yeah, awesome. All right, guys. I want to thank you. We'll end up with, let's look at that one as we're wrapping up. Thank you for your time on this Thursday, January 8th, 2026. Not 25. I love sketching. I love coming online. I love engaging with you guys. That's really fun for me. And more importantly, I hope that you're getting some kind of positive thing out of this, whether it's just hanging, chilling, maybe my voice is soothing you a little bit or putting you to sleep. Maybe you're just feeling chill. Maybe getting some sketching tips, whatever. As long as you're getting something positive out of what's happening here in our short time together, I feel like I'm serving in a way I need to serve. And I want to keep serving in a positive way through creativity throughout 2026. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all of that cool social media stuff, because social media is not going anywhere, and let's use it for good vibes. All right, guys. I appreciate you all so much. Always feel free to leave questions and comments on the replays, and I'll go through and see what you have to say. Appreciate you all. Appreciate your feedback, your interaction, engagement, and you're awesome. Thank you, Becky, for being here, and Linda, Karen, Bon Identity, Gigi. Did I say Karen? Karen, if I said you twice. Yeah. Bon Identity says you are doing good. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Sometimes you put stuff out and you don't know what comes back your way. So thank you. Gigi says, thank you. Have a good night. Thank you, Gigi. Always great seeing you. And thank you for that pro tip about Jacques Torres chocolate. I actually looked it up. I know where it is. And it's really easy to get to. So I will let you know if I head there on Saturday. Becky says, without the sky sketch, it's more open for viewers' interpretation. Color and sky really locks in time. Ooh, Becky, you are right. I like the idea of viewer interpretation. Thank you for the feedback. Always positive. Thank you, Karen. If I missed anybody in the chat, I'm sorry. All right, till we meet again. Sketch boldly, live creatively, and inspire. Dramatic pause. Inspire endlessly. See you next time.